You guys are using LinkedIn wrong in industrial sales.
In this video, we're going to show you how we grew our LinkedIn presence and how you guys can as well and make money doing it.
What's up, guys? I'm Kyle Milan. I'm here with
Alex Brown.
So we're here to talk about industrial sales and manufacturing sales. So those of you that are new to the content, I have a YouTube channel with over 1,500 videos talking about industrial sales, industrial marketing every first Thursday of the month and the last Thursday of the month. Is it week 3 or week 4, Laura? Laura doesn't even know. I think it's the third week on Thursday. We go live at 2:30 talking about industrial manufacturing sales. What types of things can we teach you guys that you can implement today? Every single Tuesday I go live at noon to talk about industrial marketing. Please, if you guys are on LinkedIn, head over to the YouTube channel, hit subscribe button, turn on notifications. If you guys want to listen to this in podcast format too, industrial sales and marketing with me, every major podcast platform, all these episodes get uploaded so you can listen to it while you're cutting the grass or getting your nails done. So today we're here to talk to you about integrating social media in manufacturing sales. What's going to happen is we're going to go through, we got 5 bullet points to talk about, go through the 5 bullet points, and we're going to take a break, answer any questions and comments when we come back. So if you guys have questions as we're going through it, comments to it, please put them in the comment section below, whether you are on LinkedIn, YouTube. And if you're watching this on the replay, you can still leave a comment. We get notified. We'll come back in and respond to any questions that you have. If you want to learn more about the company, MFG Tribe, head over to mfgtribe.com and check out what we're all about. Industrial sales and marketing leader in the United States. This is all we do for the last 8 years, dominating for industrial companies in every single vertical. We're out there just crushing competition for our customers.
I'm still waiting for somebody to stump you, Kyle.
Yeah, Alex has
You got to bring down Kyle's house.
Yeah.
It's time to stump him. Let's go. Tim was there, or Tim commented. I saw that he's waiting too. Tim, maybe you need to bring some people in here to stump him. I mean, you're here. You're always supportive. You know, maybe you need to bring some people in to stump him. I think you could get somebody.
Alex has this game where ask me a question that I don't know the answer to, which I think is impossible. Not because I know the answers to everything, but
in industrial, it can't be some complex math equation.
Yeah.
But again, we have ChatGPT for that.
Yeah. If you ask it, I'll take that one after the break and just chat GPT the response for that.
And remember, you get some sort of swag from us. If you stump him and you give him a good question, you do get some sort of swag from me. And the swag, I think, is going to have to increase a little bit. I've got something in mind that might maybe a Yeti cup or something like that.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, we got some good swag here. We should have a set deck, Laura, where we've got all of our latest and dopest company swag.
Our new hats that you got. Oh man,
new hats, good. Yeti cups, notebooks, all the good stuff. All right, let's get into it, Alex. Bullet point number 1: set up routine. Alex is going to write on the board because everybody said his handwriting's better than mine.
I don't know about that. My mom would beg to differ, especially when I was in high school and college.
This is what they say. The people have spoken. Look at that. That's some pretty handwriting right there. For this audience, industrial manufacturing salespeople, people that Alex talks to every single day, being the sales manager here, in your experience, when you talk to these people, when we talk to them as a company, before setting up a routine, what do you think in general that market of industrial manufacturing responds with when you're like, are you guys doing LinkedIn?
Everybody knows it's out there. Everybody knows that they need to utilize it, but they're not utilizing it. They know, like, hey, it's very useful in the space. Everybody that is a decision maker, everybody, even if they're not a decision maker, especially in the industrial manufacturing space, they know that it's important to utilize it. They just don't know how. That seems to be the biggest problem. Is they go, I know that I need to grow my network. I know that I need to touch base. I need to offer resources, but how do I do it? And it's pretty simple if you really think about it.
So Alex has been here for
2.5 years.
Just over 2 years.
Just over 2 years. Yeah.
Just over 2 years now. Spent almost a year in project management, account management, so he can understand what it is that we do, why do we do it, how do we do it. Then he slid over into the golden side of sales. People say the dark side of sales. I feel like that's like the light side of sales. Yeah. But you originally, in your previous roles, weren't using LinkedIn much. So when it comes to setting up a routine, touching from your experience, same experience that they're going to have, what type of hurdles are you overcoming? What type of things can you put in place to help get that thing going?
I mean, the biggest hurdle you're going to overcome is consistency. I mean, it's a new thing. It's something that you haven't done before. You're not used to doing. So you need to make sure that you're setting time aside every day to do it. Monday through Friday. It doesn't matter, if it's 30 minutes. It doesn't matter if it's an hour. Make sure that you're setting some time aside to keep the consistency up. Time block. That's one of the biggest things that I do. If you look at my calendar is so hectic when it comes to anything, but it's because I'm time blocking. I'm making sure that I have made time, and every day I have a time block for at least 30 minutes to an hour every day. Even now, when I'm still utilizing LinkedIn the amount that I am, to go in and make sure that I'm checking my messages, make sure that I'm, touching back with people that have messaged me, commenting, doing likes, connecting with people, making sure that I'm doing those things, because even when you are used to doing LinkedIn, I have to still go back to what the core is, which is to grow my network, to connect with people, to engage, to offer resources. Because sometimes I'm in LinkedIn and I get lost. I'm doing 8 different things. I'm going into sales nav, I'm trying to grow my network growth, but you need to make sure that you're doing the core things, which is creating content, making sure that you're on the platform, engaging, offering resources to people that could be potential clients, growing your network, offering, again, I keep saying resources, but making sure that you're not just out there selling when you're on LinkedIn, because you will get known as the guy that's, always selling.
Yeah. So like anything new, if you guys aren't used to it, then you're going to forget to do it. And so like anything in your personal life, whether you're trying something new, trying to break a habit, etc., you have to have some sort of reminder in place that's going to say, hey, remember to do this. That's where, like Alex said, the time blocking can come into play. If you set reminders throughout your day, even if it's a 15-minute increment in the morning, noon, and before you go home, go into LinkedIn and do X, Y, and Z, and we'll give you those tips of areas to focus on. If it's new, you have to set those reminders, and we'll tell you what you should be doing at each of those times. But every single day, a few times a day, going in there and checking into it and being like, this is what I need to do, and blocking that time accordingly. Otherwise, you're never going to do it. And if you don't use this on a daily basis to what it can actually do, there's no possible way that you can expect to see massive results. It's like working out. If you want to get thinner or bigger, if you do it once a week, you're not going to hit that goal. But if you're doing it every day, you have a higher likelihood to hit it faster. And so we'll give you the tips, everything that I've learned over the past, 5-6 years of utilizing everything Alex has learned over the past probably year and a half or so using. I mean, he took his network from, what was it, probably like 300 to over 3,000 in 15 months. I mean, and that's not just from him sending out connection requests. That's him sending out connection requests, him producing content, people saying, dude, I've seen your stuff. They want to connect with him. I mean, that's what it's all about. So there's a certain algorithm to it that we do and a cadence that we do it to help us grow. But if it wasn't being done every single day, just like in sales, if you're not working that pipeline every single day, it's just going to be like this. You're going to be like, I got some growth, I got some action, and then I don't. So you get out what you put in. But like Alex said, setting up that routine, easy to do with time blocking. But once you get that muscle memory going, you won't even need to be reminded. It's just like, oh, now's the time for me to go into LinkedIn.
Yeah, and it's at the point, guys, of 30 days. Give it 30 days, it becomes a habit. It's a 30-day thing. It might be a pain in the butt for you for those first 30 days, but then it becomes a habit where when you're coming in, one of the first things I do is, I'm looking at my calendar right now. I have check email, HubSpot task, and sales nav. That's the first thing I do as soon as I walk in every day. I'm checking my email, I'm checking my HubSpot task and sales nav, making sure that the people that have emailed me or messaged me in my sales nav or in my messages on LinkedIn are getting a response quickly. Because if you're not sitting there consistently checking it, they might have a need, and then 3 or 4 weeks later, you actually see the message and you go to respond to them and they've already filled that need. As sales guys, we have to stay on top of things. That we have to make sure that we're touching base with everybody, touching base with clients, making sure that our inboxes are, all read, and that we've making sure that everything that needs to be looked at has been looked at.
Step number 2, let's talk about building a network. That's the fun stuff. Now we're getting into some fun stuff. Build that network, or build a network, whatever you want to do. How's it looking, Laura? Is it looking good? It's looking good. Laura's got those lights set up. All right, building a network. So you going from 300 to 3,000 in, let's call it, 15 months. Mm-hmm. How did you do it?
You have a certain amount of invitations that you guys need to send out, or you have a limit of invitations that you have to send out every week. It's 100, right? It's 100.
Yeah, it's 100.
You get 100 connections. Making sure every week that you are maxing out those connections. If you have gone through a week and you've only sent out 20 or 30 connections, you've missed 70. You've missed 70 potential people that could connect with you and that could, potentially be a client in the future, or potentially lead to introducing you to a client in the future. So making sure that's going to be the first thing you do. If you guys aren't using some sort of automation, we know that LinkedIn, is not a big fan of the automation portion of it, but making sure that you guys are at least doing that. Go to your second degree connections. When you're trying to find people to follow, go to the people that are already within your industry and look at who they're following. Go and connect. Maybe if you know somebody, send that connection note. Send it with a note. Be like, hey, Jimbo, I know Billy Bob, and it would be great to connect with you. Sometimes you don't even have to send it. A lot of the times when I'm sending them to people that I'm already a second degree connection with. So they'll see, hey, he's a second degree connection. So he knows somebody that I know that we're both connected with, and they're more likely to connect that way. It's easier to find those people as well because, hey, you're going to go, if you're in machinery or if you're a CNC machinist or anything like that, everybody that you probably are working with have people within the industry, especially if you sales guys out there, make sure that you're looking at who else on your team has a good LinkedIn following. If nobody does, make it a priority that you go out and have that following, and that you're the one that when people see LinkedIn, they think, or they see your company, they think of you. That's what I'm trying to do. We got Kyle that's trying to do that. I'm trying to be the mini Kyle. Every time somebody thinks of MFG, they think of Kyle. Not only because he's our CEO and that because he's our strategist and all that and is the brains behind the operation, but because he's out there. He's the one showing, giving you guys resources, teaching you guys what to do, just getting out there again and making sure that you're filling out those invitations without getting too long-winded. Fill out every single 100 of those invitations a week.
Yeah, I mean, like Alex said, you miss an opportunity without doing it. So you're allowed 100 a week. If you don't send it, this is not rollover minutes, right? You don't get to then do 200 or 130 the next week. It's just, that's the limitation. You really want to break it into like 25 a day, right?
Yeah.
So 20, 25 a day. Sometimes they'll let you get away with 110, 120 a week. You can kind of reach that ceiling, but that's where it starts. You have to send connection requests to people that are relevant. First, update your profile. I'm not going to get into that. I have a whole video on YouTube, LinkedIn profile updating and the steps for that. Just check the channel. I go through it in probably like an hour of exactly how to update your profile. But update your profile and then send connection requests strategically to people that are relevant to your space. So they're going to see your profile picture, check your headline and be like, oh, this guy is relevant to me. I'm going to look at his profile and accept it. Sending out those 100 every single week is critical. If you guys want to know how to automate it, then just type in, I want to learn in the comment section. We've got a 1 hour and probably 7-minute webinar where I walk you through exactly how to do it with the steps of building Sales Navigator searches and then using a third-party tool that can assist with the outreach opportunities that you have. But building a network, connecting with people, that's what it's all about. It's all about networking. I know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody that could use me. As I share and create content to my network, they see it, they engage with it, it then gets sent into the feed of their network for potential future engagement. So it's all like one big ecosystem. But if you're not building out your network, then there's no way that people are going to potentially hear what it is that you have to say. And hopefully what you have to say is something that's valued. It's not just like Alex said. Everybody knows those that are constantly selling out there on LinkedIn. You just want to be viewed as a source of information, whether it's education or entertainment, or possibly combining those two together. Usually these shows are a little bit more
That's why you bring me on, right?
Yeah.
That's why you bring me on?
These
I'm the
shows,
entertainment, you're the brains?
Yeah, these shows on sales are usually more entertaining than just me doing marketing shows on Tuesday. But education, entertainment, if you can combine them together, great. But that's what the goal should be, is that you're trying to help your network learn something, whether it's the technology, the secrets that you guys do at your shop, facility services, automation equipment, manufacturing equipment, industrial stuff, whatever it is, machine shops, anything that you can do to help somebody else producing that piece of content and expanding your network to help people, not sell to them first. The sales will come naturally afterwards, and we'll get into that in the last bullet point of how to harness that. But you got to build that network first. The bigger the network strategically, the better chances you're going to have of providing an impact and possibly getting some opportunities from it. So number 3, we're talking about create content. Everybody loves creating content.
I think you're the only one that loves creating content.
You love it too.
I mean, I like it because I get to talk with Laura, but that's about it.
Yeah.
I love creating content.
Laura says she loves creating content.
That's because you get to talk to me, right, Laura? We have a mutual understanding. Yeah. That's why we like creating content together.
What do I mean by creating content? You could do a show like what we do.
Yeah.
Or you could create your own content. Alex, what do you got to say on it?
You can create so many different forms of content. When Kyle and I are trying to get our sales guys to consistently post, we know that not everybody has access to Alara. Not everybody has access to somebody that can sit there and help you create the content. Sometimes you have to create the content yourself. Your cell phone, this thing right here, is your best friend. It is very easy for you to sit there and go, okay, hey, let me film a live video real quick of me sitting. I do it on sometimes just updating off of my board. I have a board. You guys have seen it, but for those of you that follow me, I sometimes update you on my board. How's my pipeline looking? Just something just to show people that you're out there, you're working, you're grinding, you're making it, you're doing deals, no matter what it is. It could even be just something funny. Mason comes into me sometimes and catches me off surprise. One of my sales guys comes into me and catches me by surprise and goes, teach me something, or ask me a question, or he'll go and video one of our automation or one of our PPC experts doing something. Go out and video your shop. Go out and video your CNC shop doing something cool. Go out and video you on a sales call. Hey, I'm on a sales call. I'm here. You don't necessarily have to say where you are because we know that we don't want our competitors to come and try and swoop in and steal it. But be like, hey, I'm on a sales call. Talk about what you're going to be doing. Talk about what you're going to be talking about. Talk about what your week looks like. Talk about wins, losses, things you've learned. That's just the video aspect of it. You can do a post with a photo with some text on it. That's just as, well, I mean, not just, but it's close. It's better than nothing. We all know video works the best. Create a photo, take a photo of your team, take a photo of something you're doing, put a little blurb in there, link it back to your website, do a poll. Kyle's biggest thing sometimes, are what's your favorite pizza topping? And Kyle gets annoyed because he's like, why is everybody sitting here? They interact with the favorite pizza topping more than me trying to offer them a resource sometimes. But even just offering that makes you visible, makes people go, oh, it identifies you as a person, identifies you as someone funny. If you're asking, something like that. There are so many different forms of content. You don't have to stick with the boring stuff is basically really what I'm saying. And it doesn't have to really be time consuming.
Yeah, I mean, there's somebody I forgot who it was. I forget her name. I see her post all the time, and I engage with them on LinkedIn. But she travels a lot, and she, as she's traveling, she's taking pictures of funny license plates that she sees or cool license plates. And that's like her thing when she's traveling. You can make your own thing up. And like Alex said, what's something that you learned this week? So if you are traveling, it's like, hey, I'm here traveling through central Wisconsin. And this cool thing happened.
They're known for their cheese.
Yeah, they certainly are. And so that's where you can just do it about anything. It doesn't have to be always like, I'm going to say this sentence that's going to provide somebody with value. Again, go back to education or entertainment. If you're entertaining somebody, if you're giving them something fun in the break in their day, then that's what it's all about. If you can give someone a tip, that's even better as well. But not everybody's always looking to learn. I feel like naturally people want to learn, but really what people want is to experience, what are you dealing with from your POV? What type of things are you getting into? And if you can show them that raw aspect of it, then that's what makes it more engaging for people. They start to get to know you better. You start to form that relationship. Your network is bigger.
Exactly.
Then eventually people are like, oh, hey, this guy's done so much for me, or this girl's done so much for me. I want to repay them and give them props. Now, like Alex said, we'll get tons of engagement on a poll, like favorite pizza topping, or when I did that whole what video conferencing software do you use? Teams versus Zoom versus Google Meet versus other. I'll get like 300 votes in 24 hours. Yet we post a video laying out the exact strategy for how to make $2 million from social media, and it's like we get like 13 to 15 likes and 3 comments, right? But here's the crazy thing. People will watch Alex's content, not post, not engage, not like it. We've got people that are liking and engaging on everything. We love that because that gives us it's like oxygen for us. Just a thumbs up to content is you've seen it, you got value out of it. That's going to give us the fuel to go and create more, right? We do these lives. Sometimes we get 60 comments in a live, sometimes we get 0, but those times that we get 60, that gives us the fuel to go and create more and more content. So we're not just gauging off of each one. But there's people that will not engage with his content, will not engage with my content, and then we'll find out 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, or at the case of MPE, 6 years later, somebody's like, you know what? I've like they book a discovery call. I've been watching your stuff for 9 months, man. Or at MPE, the guy's like, I've been watching your videos for 7 years. Did not even know about it.
When Kyle was doing car videos,
Yeah,
this is
when
before Lara.
Back in the day, back in 2017, when I was doing videos in my car by myself with the tripod and all that stuff. Like, we're talking back like way when I was an amateur video speaker person.
Speaker person.
Yeah, speaker person. But that's what's crazy is people don't engage, and then
they're utilizing everything that we're teaching them.
Exactly, and it's like, bro, give me that
Give me a
blue
like.
thumb. Give me that blue thumb on LinkedIn. That's what I want. I want
Even a laugh.
Yeah,
even a laugh.
or
something.
The laugh emoji on LinkedIn. Something to know that like you're seeing this and you're getting value from it. Not everybody's going to leave a comment. We get that. I don't go into it looking for comments. I go into it looking for. There's been enough times that people have DM'd me in either a connection request or already connected and said, "Hey, Kyle, your content has done X, Y, and Z for me, and I appreciate it, and I just want to say thank you." Or Alex gets on a discovery call, and the person's like, "I've been watching your company page, I've been watching your videos, Alex, all over LinkedIn for the last 9 months. Now I'm ready to take some action and have you guys do some work for us, so I reached out to you." And it's like crazy, isn't it?
It is, and it's funny that just because you're not getting the likes and getting the comments that you like as well. I mean, we all obviously want that, but it goes to show you guys, not always is having those vanity metrics and having all the likes and all the comments necessarily a mark of success. A mark of success is staying consistent, making sure if you can get in front of one person that turns into a client, over the month of content that you're doing, isn't that worth it for you? Isn't that worth it? For me, it is. Even if it's a small client, that's a win for me. That means the thing that I'm doing is actually turning into business, is turning into money in my pocket, turning into money in the company's pocket. It is a way to grow, and it is also a way to build a relationship. It's not only just a sales tool. Like a lot of CRM systems and stuff like that, you can't build a relationship through a CRM system. You can't build a relationship through a website. You can build relationships through LinkedIn. We are in the age of relationship building, and people and AI is taking over. People want to talk to fellow people. An AI will never take over a salesman. And however anybody will say that the AI, they won't. I won't. I mean, maybe the younger generation eventually will, but none of my generation like that wants to buy from somebody that they can't form a relationship with, because if you can't form a relationship and ask that person questions and get an answer and get, honesty from people, because being honest in your relationship building is important. And if you are, and you're trying to show them some sort of resource, show them some way that you can help them, they're going to eventually lead back to just purchasing from you.
You can get fun with the content. You can get creative with it. You don't overthink it. Keep it raw. It does not have to be polished. You don't need to do high production value unless that's a service that you're offering. On a call today, he saw some videos that we've done for clients and was telling the owner of the company that we were on the call with that he's seen our videos and the production value is super high. It does not. So we offer as a service. So it's just natural that when I have a video team of 4 and tens of thousands of dollars worth of equipment, when we want to create content for ourselves, we're going to use the equipment we have. But
when we can,
when they're not traveling with all of it and we don't have duplicates of everything yet.
When they're traveling, we're still creating raw content.
Yeah, we still got raw content. 2 weeks ago, we had one camera because we had 2 people traveling in 2 different locations and the equipment was gone. So we had one camera. We worked with it. The studio that we're in, the settings that we have, like we just kind of work with everything that we have. Even if we had to do this from a phone, we would still do it, because raw is better than polished most of the time, and raw is definitely better than not having anything. So for you guys out there, like, oh yeah, of course, Kyle and Alex, you got Lara behind here controlling everything. You got a whole team and marketing agency of 20 plus people helping you out. Yes, however, even from your point of view, you have your phone and you have your brain, and just film stuff and document it and speak. Or like Alex said, take a picture, create a long form post. If you don't like to be on video, just write some text stuff and put a picture with it. Ask questions. Again, educate or entertain. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, and it's not that complex, guys. If you look at Kyle's stuff, if you look at my stuff, if you look at our walls and our posts on LinkedIn, you will see that there are raw stuff on there. And actually, I get some of the best engagement, as you said, out of some of my raw stuff.
Yeah.
Because it isn't as polished, as formal. Sometimes I am not speaking. I mean, you guys see my live. Sometimes I'm saying like a lot, or you guys. Apparently, I say you guys a lot. So I've been trying to stop saying that, you guys.
All right. So create content. Number 4, engage with your network. Engage with your network. I'm going to duck down here so I'm not blocking the view. We good, Laura? Yeah, show me what it look like. What's up? I'll put my little thumb up. Show Alex writing. All right, engage with your network. So you set up the routine. You're starting to use LinkedIn every day. You then built your network. You're creating content. A lot of that is one-sided. You have to engage with your network. Talk to me about that, Alex.
Engaging is not necessarily just messaging them, DMing them, doing that. Engage with them, as we've been saying, throw some likes up out there, go onto what they do, like their new, if they've changed titles, if they've changed jobs, making sure you're liking on them, if you see something that's really cool, repost. If you see something that's really cool that someone has posted that that maybe your network could utilize as a resource, repost that. That's important. Going through and doing the skills, up-liking the skills, do anything that somebody can see and engage with your network, ask them questions, support them. If they're posting something, check out our company outing that we did. Do a comment. Awesome company outing. How much fun, do a like, do something, because people, we all know, as Kyle and I just said, we like it when you engage with our stuff. People will see that you've engaged with their stuff, see your profile. Maybe they're not necessarily very knowledgeable on what you do or what your company does, but they see that you like it. You have an opportunity. I click on people. If I see you liking my stuff and I don't know who you are, I'm going to click on you, see who you are. Oh, you work for this company. Oh man, if potentially we could do business with them. For me, I'm going, okay, hey, maybe they're interested in us pushing out, or maybe the people that you're like, they're like, hey, I could actually utilize their services. I've had people that, on LinkedIn that I've liked to post on, and then they've messaged me and I've DM'd them a couple times. And if I like a post of theirs, all of a sudden they're coming through going, hey, Alex, how are you? Thank you for the connection. They're responding to my DMs now because they realize that, hey, he's interacting with me. He's engaging. He's a real person.
Yeah, and he's not looking to just sell them. Right?
Yeah, I'm supporting you. And support is a really big thing in every relationship. We all know in our private lives and in friendships, in business relationships, that is important, is being able to rely on somebody, being honest with somebody, and not coming again across as just somebody that's there to sell.
So everybody wants support. So if somebody creates something and I see it and I get value out of it, or entertainment or education, or just want to applaud and commend them for doing it, I'm going to engage with that post. Now, if you go into it expecting people to engage, then you're going to stop creating content. You're going to stop using LinkedIn within the first 7 to 14 days, because you're not going to get back what you think that you should get back. So if you go into it and say, look, I'm like Alex said in the last point, try it for 30 days, or maybe it was 2 points ago. I'm going to do this for 30 days. I'm going to commit to it, and I'm going to gauge my satisfaction and the type of response that I get after the 30 days. And all you need is one person to like or comment or something on one of your pieces of content, and that should be enough to keep you going. We're producing 35 videos a week, and if you added up all of the content from the 5 posts a day that we have going on in my profile, all of the content, it would not, if you're just seeking that dopamine drip, it would not be enough to say, yes, this is worth it for me to take time out of my schedule and my team's time and money and resources to say, let's invest into it. But if you look net over multiple years of doing it, it is 1,000% worth it. So you got to look at playing the long-term game, create that content, engage with your network, make friends. There's people that I've been connected with for years that have not really engaged with them much, and then I run into them at an event. It's like, dude, we've been connected on LinkedIn. Oh my God. And like, you meet in person and you help them out with something. Like, that's what it's all about. It's all about networking. And the industrial manufacturing space is so small. It's massive, but it's so small. Like when we were walking at NPE, I ran into 2 people that I've not talked to in 12 plus years just by walking the show. And it's like, it's such a small industry, and people going from one vertical to another, or one company to another, going from selling equipment to an industry to them working inside of that industry on the services side. Like, there's so much crossover between verticals and between companies that it's so small that the more people you know, the better likelihood you are going to have to be able to make an impact, educate people, grow your network, and then eventually it should result, like you salespeople out there, you're looking to turn this into a revenue source. LinkedIn will become a massive revenue source for you as long as you go into it like, look, I'm going to try and grow my network, meet as many people as I can, and produce content and get engagement and maybe some laughs out of it, the money will come almost instantly as long as you go into it with that type of mindset. And when you look at net over years of activity, you will see that you've got a massive opportunity with revenue coming into your company, opportunities, deals, etc. We'll go into some of those things in the next bullet point. But it just works. We wouldn't still be doing this if it didn't work, and we wouldn't be advising our clients to do it and doing it on behalf of our clients sometimes if we knew that it wasn't a massive opportunity for you guys. So bullet point number 5, send some DMs. Let's send some DMs.
Slide into them DMs.
Slide into those DMs. Which camera are we on, Laura? Whiteboard camera. Whiteboard camera. Can you see my finger? Why you got to go to the other camera? Quit switching cameras. Making me look like I'm all hunched over. I'm trying to stay out of the shot. I'm out of the shot. There we go. I'm out of the shot. Send those DMs. Slide into the DMs, as the kids say. How are we handling DMs? How are we handling them internally? And how are we advising people to handle them?
So when you're sliding into a DM, again, as we mentioned earlier, don't come off selling so fast. The amount of people coming into my DMs that are like, hey, we can build your lead list, we can increase your funnel right off the bat. I see that as soon as I see that little 3-sentence blurb, I immediately know you're trying to sell me something. I'm not even going to open it. You could be giving me something that, yes, I could utilize, like something, yes, like, oh my God, this could be a huge game changer for me. But if you're just going to come across immediately selling, 99% of the time, it's going to be something that I can't use, and I'm not going to waste my time looking into it. Send a resource, ask them a question based off of them, comment on something maybe that they posted. If it's a birthday, send them a happy birthday. If they posted it's their birthday, just send them a happy birthday DM, check back in with them. If it's somebody that you've connected with or seen at NPE or a trade show or something like that in the past, send them a DM, check back up, be like, hey, it was great meeting you at NPE, it's great meeting you at FabTech, IMTS, whatever trade show that you guys are at, or whatever event that you guys maybe had met each other. Touch back on that, open up that conversation, be friendly, almost like a text back and forth. You don't necessarily, and again, it's not going to be like texting where they're going to come back maybe right away. That might be a day or so until they respond, but keep up that rapport, keep up those DMs, because even if you're not necessarily selling to them right away, they know what you do, especially if you've done what Kyle has said on your LinkedIn. Even if they don't know who you are, if you click on the LinkedIn and do what Kyle has taught you, all of you how to do, and there is a video again up there for you guys to take a look at, or look at my LinkedIn, look at Kyle's LinkedIn, get ideas off of that. If someone comes on your LinkedIn page, they're going to know what company you work for. They're going to know what, especially if you've been creating content, what your capabilities are, what your company's capabilities are, what you're trying to achieve. And guess what? They might reach out to you before you even have a chance to sell. They might be like, hey, actually, I've seen it. The amount of times that's happened to me where I'm just DMing somebody, I've given them a resource. I haven't actually even had an opportunity to pitch to them, but I've been DMing them, and sure enough, whoop, I get a discovery call. Just because I opened up that report, just because I asked a question, just because I offered them a resource that made them think, oh, wait, actually, this is something that we are not currently doing. This is something that we should be doing. This is something that we should be utilizing. For you guys, this is our product or service that we are not currently utilizing that we should, that can save us money, save us time, make our lives easier, all that kind of stuff. Resources, opportunities for them to learn, and questions. Those are going to be the big things that you're saying in your DM. Don't show up and throw up. Don't send your pitch through a DM. Even if you've been having a rapport for a couple of weeks, don't all of a sudden go from asking them how their golf holiday was immediately into pitching them. Because no matter what, at that point, they're going to be like, okay, well, that's what the end goal is. That's right? What the end goal was.
Yeah.
They know what the end goal is, but they don't want you to,
yeah.
They want to be wined and dined.
Yeah. Don't show your cards right away.
Yeah. No.
Right. I couldn't have said it better. Everything Alex said. Only thing I would add to that is be patient with it, provide value. And then the thing that I always say to people is, look, if you ever need something in this area, let me know. Yes. That's the only way that I'll pitch. I'll never give a hard pitch, a hard sell. Hey, if you're looking for a new agency, click this below to visit our website, etc. I just say, if you're ever looking for stuff on marketing, you ever want to jam about strategy, whatever, just let me know. And then moving on to it, like, here's a video we just shot. I think you should get some value out of it. Share it with somebody that maybe your team, etc. But it's all about just going into it saying, I'm just trying to connect with you and build a relationship. I'm not trying to sell to you. Value first, selling second. Don't go in pitching hard in the beginning, show up and throw up. So many times that happens. You're just going to put your foot in your mouth and people are not going to want to do business with you. So that's what I think is the biggest point of sending DMs is don't sell first. Just build that relationship and build that connection. Guys, if you got value out of it, head over to YouTube, hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications. If you're watching this on YouTube, go over to LinkedIn, hit me a follow, hit Alex a follow our company page. We got some exclusive content that we release there. Want to listen to it in podcast form? Every major podcast platform, Industrial Sales and Marketing with me. We will see you on the next one.
See you guys.